Okay, this episode is about cooking fish over a campfire. This is all pine wood, which I cut in the Santa Fe National Forest. You can get a permit to cut. It's mostly pine. They tell you exactly where you can cut the trees down, everything. Bring your chainsaw. It's only like $20 for the permit. You could cut up to 20 cords of wood, so it's a pretty cool deal. And so I only cut maybe a half a cord, but that's all I need. I've got my cordwood all stacked up in another spot, and I also found a spot where somebody was throwing crates out, and I cut up all that for the kindling. Makes good kindling wood. You just get out your hatchet and you slice it up, and it starts your fire. So basically, there's no cost. There's no propane tanks to buy. No white fuel to buy for your Coleman stove. Now, I made this fireplace. What I did was I added mud all the way around. Just filled it all up with mud. I did that a year ago, and everything held in. All the rocks held together really nice. And the mud, I got all the mud. I didn't have to make it. There's gold up there in those mountain ranges. So I'd go up there prospecting, and then I'd bring the soil back here to camp and put, I had my gold pan here, and I would pan it out here in the gold pan. And whatever winds up on the bottom turns into like a mud, and so instead of dumping it, well, some of it I dumped off to the side here just to help prevent erosion, because there's a lot of erosion. There's a lot of burrows here, so I put some of it there, but you can see it bakes in the sun, and it works really good as a like a cement, when you're building a fireplace. So anyway, I'm going to get into cooking fish on the campfire. Like I say, no cost. And what I will do, I'm going to spread these coals. If you want a really nice, cheap fire poker, just get a piece of rebar like I did. 3-foot piece for $1 or whatever it is. I put a little handle on the end. And it works as a great fire poker. Okay, and then just put my grill on here. And I designed the fireplace so the rocks and everything and the grill would be perfectly level, because I also use a frying pan. You can fry fish. The technique I'm going to use in this video is I'm going to be cooking up brown trout that I caught on the Rio Grande River just about a month ago. There's a couple of fillets right there, or actually not fillets, but whole fish, that I cleaned and everything. You just, you can do a real simple thing. I mean, there's gourmet cooks out there. They'll do all kinds of different things. I put them in tin foil, put a little butter in there. And then all I'm using is Italian style breadcrumbs. But there is also seafood, which probably would be better. I just don't have any. So all I'm going to do is spread some of this on top of there. Just for flavoring, And let's move that around a little bit. Okay. And then just close this all up. Okay, well, it's kind of difficult to do this, when you're trying to videotape everything. Close it up as best you can. And, okay. And then I bought, when I was in camping in Jemez Mountains recently, I went into a thrift shop, and they had this grill. that you can put right on the campfire. It was only $2. So anyway, pretty cool thing. So I'm gonna put that in there and close this up, and then stick this on the campfire. And we're gonna let that broil basically right on the campfire. Okay, so that's brown trout, listed in the top 3 best tasting of the freshwater fishes in North America. Let me just cover this up, the breadcrumbs. So we're gonna cook it maybe 5 minutes on that side, and then I should have closed this up here. It's kind of hard to do on the camera, but there's a way to close this so it won't open up. Hold on a second. Okay, there's a little thing there, okay, a gizmo. I needed both hands to do it. And so cook it about 5 minutes, and then just flip it, just flip it over, let it cook for another 5 minutes. And that's holding 2 nice brown trout in place. And like I say, these are delicious, just delicious. So let's see what else I want to talk about here. I was catching these along the Rio Grande River, so I stocked up every night. I would clean them and put them in my freezer, and I was catching close to the limit every night, like six brown trout. So the fishing's really good in certain areas along the Rio Grande. I was fishing in Jemez, near Jemez Springs, and that's where I was camping and fishing every night for only 90 minutes, and I would usually catch 5 or 6 brown trout. So beautiful place, beautiful camping. I did some episodes on that. They're on my YouTube channel. If you look under Eagle Eric. The main baits, the ones I was using are the True and Tried, which is good for any type of fish, which is worms. But people also do good with using power baits. Usually the orange colored power baits work good. And then, and that's not as messy as, buying worms and stuff. It's a lot cheaper, actually. So power baits will work. When I gutted some of them, I did see power baits inside of them. So that, and I saw a lot of guys fishing with power baits. So those would, true and tried ways, power baits and worms, night crawlers. Anyway, the cooking here, like I said, is free. Now I'm camping in the Sonoran Desert near Yuma. It's in November. It's in the low 80s, starting to get really nice. And at night it's dropped down to about 50. So perfect camping weather. The only thing is the mosquitoes are still pretty bad. And it will get better as it gets colder. So I got this bug out tent here. And I did an episode on this Ozark Trail puts this out, screen tent, and the poles didn't work, so I had to tie it all up with ropes and stuff like that. So anyway, thought you'd like to see another like primitive camping, primitive cooking type of episode. And I can't wait to eat this fish. I got quite a bit in my freezer. I'm gonna just turn this over again. Let's start cooking a little more on the other side. I also got a grill. I can, do charcoal there, but charcoal costs money. So anyway, I've got a half a quart of pine wood and plenty of kindling now for the whole winter. It cost me $20 for my for my cooking for the whole winter over the fireplace. So, okay, that's about it. And this is Eagle Eric signing off in the Sonoran Desert.